is domestic violence ever the fault of the victim? So I want to go with someone more reasonable, because if I take case break now, you just say something very annoying.
Don't insult my person.
Quincy, please talk. Thank you.
As a reasonable guy. Quincy is not reasonable, but go ahead. As a reasonable guy, right? Now I think it depends. Guys also face domestic violence, right? It's tilted more to the feminine side. I think 80% of the time it's the lady's fault. I'm not supporting domestic violence, but is it their fault? Yes, I believe it's their fault. Girls or ladies or women have their ways in pinching that only last nerve, cut it, throw away the nerve, not giving a damn about that nerve. Do you understand? Breaking that nerve. You know what I mean?
That nerve.
Is this reasonable?
That nerve.
Wonderful.
It's never the victim's fault. Never. But, now let me say but. But no, my reason being that there is no reason to beat. So domestic violence means you're already partners in the same household. For you to think you need to use a show of strength to gain an advantage in your home, then you already have a problem. So before the person even started trying to irritate you, you already had a confidence issue. I know it can be frustrating. I mean, women will stand in front of you for 30 minutes telling you, you must slap me today, you must slap me today. Then when you slap her, she'll now be saying, you slapped me. You asked me for 30 minutes to slap you. I've been dodging slapping you for 30 minutes. Now you're looking surprised. You asked, requested, begged, and now you got the slap. But at the same time, I think that there are other ways of handling it. And I think that when there's violence in a relationship, it means you guys don't see yourself as being part of a relationship. I see nothing wrong with you showing your dominance on another man. If your girl is being troublesome, take it out to her brother in front of her. So let her see it. You don't have to touch her ever. So and then you now tell her, look, this is not what I want for us. Don't let your brother come between us. You know, and everything.
But you're beating the brother.
I never use the word beat.
Oh, you just show your dominance.
Drill.
Drill. Okay.
A drill is a different thing entirely.
Well, I agree with him. It's never the fault of the victim. Never, ever. I don't think you should. Yes, guys, some guys can't control their anger. And yes,
or some girls know how to use this.
Some guys.
You have talked your talk. Your time has passed.
I still stand on that. Some guys can't control their anger. No matter how slight the offense is, you tend to raise your hand to just slap. It's from slap. Oh, this DV we're talking about.
It's always from play. Push your head like this.
Exactly. Or you leave me, or you shove. You know, from shoving to slapping, that kind of thing.
Like that, gradually.
How about never just getting the guy angry?
How about you praying to God to give you patience to just walk out?
Exactly.
Or praying to God to control your tongue. So that your husband doesn't have to
do you have sisters? Do you have sisters? Hold on a second. Do you have sisters?
Yes,
many of them.
You have four sisters.
I didn't have a brother.
Have you ever,
always
or
go to
maybe
his house.
while growing up, maybe you used to beat them or something?
No.
You never hit them.
No.
So why would you hit your wife? Why would you say a woman?
But I'm not saying you should hit your wife. I'm just saying you should control your tongue.
Excuse me. You should control your hand.
It's not always their fault, but then at times it's also their fault too. Because while you guys are cutting, you might have seen some traces of the madness. Sometimes you might have seen it. You might be verbally, it might just yell at you for no reason. It might just nag at you for no reason. Just be cranky, and you get so all these things are signs that you're supposed to open your eyes and see. But because you are too blind, you don't take note of them. So sometimes it's their fault.
The only violence I subscribe to is BSDM.
BDSM, actually.
Oh, BDSM.
What's BDSM?
Bedroom violence.
That's the only. Yeah, that's the only violence I. Yeah, when like I tie you to the bed and I spank you, that's the only kind of violence.
But you're still a violent person.
No,
I'm beating the pills.
Why will you be spanking somebody?
Some people like it now.
They'll be saying spank me.
Didn't you watch the movie? Well, you know, Christian Grey.
I don't think it's normal.
Eh.
Yeah,
he's normal.
It's not pain.
It's the way they.
Pain is pleasure.
Sweet pleasure.
You get it. Now, is it the victim's fault? To be very honest, sometimes. Some girls do it to to an extent where they feel like you can't do anything because I'm a babe. And I'm not subscribing to a guy beating a babe. But trust me, not all guys are sane. You can't keep pushing people and expect them not to react.
Yeah.
That's my own
Can I ask you a
opinion.
question?
Yeah.
When you guys say sometimes it's the victim's fault, so that means that every time you don't have an iron door in your house, it's your fault you got wrong.
No, I'm not. See, I'm not saying.
No, I need, you know, because I don't believe in victim shaming. I believe it's never the victim's fault. Yes, you can provoke somebody, but you know it's two different matters. You provoking somebody is an issue on its own. Domestic violence now, and I don't think one act classifies as domestic violence.
Yeah.
And it's like killing somebody. You do it once,
You continue to do it.
only the first time is hard. Once you do it, you will do it again.
Why are you talking from experience?
No. It's just what it is, really and truly.
I'm talking about the killing.
Chicken now.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
chicken.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But I want us to switch it the other way around, because all these sounds that we're talking about when a guy hits a woman. Female domestic violence.
You know, I've not spoken.
And we don't want you to. There are many social factors that don't allow men to admit that they're in an abusive relationship.
Yes, you do. They more like now.
me.
Usually, because usually, can you imagine someone like me, and you see a girl probably that size, and I'll come out and tell you she abuses me. Even you look at me like, but now, imagine my mindset is that
hit me.
I cannot hit a woman, but she does small things that they're not enough for it to say, she didn't open your skin or anything, but there are little things women do. There's mental abuse.
Yeah.
Verbal
It
abuse.
starts from disrespect. You know, things that you can play devil's advocate, but I didn't, but you know what you're doing. Verbal abuse. You this weak man, small man, you have no money. Look at your friends.
Are you man enough?
You know, what do you think you are? That's where it starts from. All those things are abuse before it even gets to physical. And I know girls that physically abuse their boyfriends. I know guys that will have to come and crash in your place for days because they can't let people know that their marriage is just 6 months old and it's already this bad. But you can't come out and say, even me, I'll look at you like,
Baba Alpha.
So you know if you hold on and say, I'm encouraging abuse already without knowing. And you know if you just hold on one now. But that holding and warning is already
Abuse, yeah.
Abuse, so counter abuse will now come in. And that's why it's even worse.
I'm never going to create an excuse for anybody who raises their hands to beat a woman. I've never beat a woman in my life. It's never going to happen. No, it's never going to happen. I've been in situations where, trust me, I was very close. I had to walk away. There was one time, the only time I can say, like it was really close, was when I broke my windshield with my hands. Like I wanted to hit, but I took the anger out of my car and I walked away.
For me, I don't think there is any party who is at fault. I think both parties are at fault. In as much as it is not right for a guy to hit a lady.
Except in bed.
A lady should also, I think you should understand who you're with. And if he gets, for instance, if he's someone who gets angry easily, first of all, if you're not someone who's comfortable with that, I don't think you should even be with the person in the first place. And if you're someone who thinks you can understand this person, then if at the beginning you feel you can understand this person, then why should you have a problem at the end of the day?
Like I've said before, we never, like, or most people never end up with their right partners.
Yep.
Because I want to agree with what you said. What you said is just what I was going to say. 2 years is not enough to know somebody. If you've been with the person for 3, 4, 5 years before marriage, you would have seen that sign.
Yeah, how do you explain that arranged marriages
Even 2
work
years
better than long courtship marriages? They don't know each other till they meet and marry.
Point
No,
is,
that one you have to adapt. Now.
point is,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
point is, 5 years, that will have happened. It might not be with you. It might be somebody at work who told him, and he's going to come back to you and you say, oh, see what happened at work. Oh, this is this. And you're going to be like, oh, wow, you actually did that. And that is wrong. So you will have seen it. But most times, we don't know. So if it is, yes, it's both parties' fault. You as a guy or you as a babe, you know that, oh, this guy I wait should never, or he doesn't like getting, if you talk to him too much, he starts getting angry. You don't push him to that extent. And if you know you can't manage that, you shouldn't have gone for the relationship in the first place. You know that, if you don't go for, you like to shout, oh, when I argue like this, I want to be on top of my voice. Kofu doesn't like it. You don't want to manage it. It looks like if I keep talking like this, Kofu just eats me one day. Let me not bother going into the relationship. Let me just stay on my own.
Can I play devil's advocate for women here?
Play. They are cool with the devil.
We,
See violence on this live set. Shall be slapping me since morning.
I will slap you. You're my younger brother.
Kofo,
Bro, lo jesse me.
Talking
look,
to me.
Kofo, look at
Degrading me.
a man's story starts with, the other day I saw this guy and he did this. Story. A woman's story is, and that day when I woke up, you know, my friend had annoyed me and my mother said this. They have to give you the emotional background leading to the event so you can understand how they were feeling at that time. So when women provoke men, it's because that's the terrain they are used to. My mom always used to say that the moment you can make, the moment a woman can make you angry, no matter what you do to her, you've already lost. Because that's all she wants, to manipulate your emotion. They know how to make you happy. They don't make you angry. No matter how angry you are, she cook better food, serve you naked. Papa, your anger is gone. He's gone. What, like that?
I disagree.
You disagree?
The anger will come in
No, not
bed.
that kind of
Oh,
anger.
okay, I didn't know.
But when you have that, it wouldn't even be an angry session. It will be a tender.
It will be
tender.
Baba.
You know you mean so much to
You know
me.
that.
Okay. I think it goes two ways. There are some men or women that are deliberately violent. When I say deliberately violent, I mean they just want to dominate. That's all they're after. True.
Are you guys want to dominate me?
Kofo, please, let her talk.
That naturally all they just want to do is be in control. It could be because of their upbringing, as I said. There's a time when your mom talks about you not being a man or you've been abused before. Average Nigerian man is egoistic. I say that all the time. So they always have that at the back of their head. And they just want to, yes, it is true. It is true. And then another thing is, the second way is, it could just be one thing led to the other for this to happen. Now, first instance is, I'm a man, or for instance, hypothetically, I'm a man, shut up.
You are not.
I'm saying hypothetically.
I can't, it can't even work. Even I'm trying. It's not working.
I'm a man.
I say you are not.
I get
You're
married
making us
to.
think more, and they thought, no, you're not.
No, and I get married to this woman. From day one, she's already known that I'm crazy. For instance, on the first date, I asked a woman, I'm not going to wear something that, and then you say, go and change. I don't understand. Why would you tell me to go and change? It's a first date. Why would you tell me I'm downstairs your house and I come downstairs and you're like, I don't like this outfit. It's one kind. Brother, that's the beginning of it. This is from what someone around me went through. And that was how it started. And by the time she started dating this guy, he started hitting her because he just wanted to be in charge all the time. He had really low self-esteem. She was doing well.
That's what
But
he
he just,
said about.
that's true. So that one, in that situation, I will blame the victim. But in a situation where something just happened, like he's never been like that, and it just starts to hit you, then I don't know. It's the person's fault. It's the defendant or offendant or whatever. It's the hitter's fault, Sha. We see the signs, we just choose to ignore. I would say most of my relationships that never worked, I knew from day one that this thing is. But I was saying we always think we can change it. You can't change anybody. You can only suppress that. It's not by force. You don't need a man to validate your existence. My opinion.
You said your friend happened on the first date, and there might still be some soft side of the man.
Yes.
That made your friend stay that long.
Yeah.
No.
So you're talking
Her
about
reason,
only the bad side. You're not talking about the good side.
A reason.
That is one. You didn't tell us about maybe your friend is someone that has coin score. Maybe she
No,
has
her
respect or not.
reason.
Let me tell you something about us. We don't love people. We don't even love you. We don't want your love. What we want is we just want you to respect us. Appeal the lordship in us. Simple.
Okay.
Every other thing we work fine.
So wait, let me say
Call me
something.
daddy.
But
No,
you want to raise hands and you get all the time. You
I'm
don't
sorry, let me say-
have a single respect.
Let me say something.
Sorry,
Let me,
please,
Inamdi, let me say something.
No, listen, not submission.
True.
Not
Just respect.
subverting.
That's
True.
respect.
Let me
Yes,
say.
Respect is
Let
not
me.
to submit to. It's two different
To
things.
get to us.
Inamdi, let me
It's
say
two
something.
different things.
You know this thing of when you have friends and you can vouch for them. This one person is really soft. She's probably the softest friend I have. She does call when you're about to say kolakpon. I've seen her in a relationship, and the reason why she stayed was because she's been in a relationship for like 8 years, and at the end of the day, the guy cheated on her and stuff. So she Demola chill. So all she was all about was I've been talking to this guy over the phone. She's already waist deep in the stuff before seeing him. So seeing him that first time, it was a bit, insulting to her, but when she came upstairs, I was like, you know what, just change. Let it just go. Let it pass. And she went on that date. The guy did so many things that were very annoying. Me, I'm the kind of person that if I go on a date with you and you're nice to me and you're rude to the waiter, I am off. See, she tried to make this thing work. They got married. She left after 6 months of that marriage. Do you know what she went through? Every day beating. He comes in, let me tell you something. It's so bad that even when guests come in and they're like, good afternoon, madam. This is your wife. Her dress is fine or something. Telling the man, all those little things. Or maybe they're talking and, madam, Kim, what do you think? Like, your friend is talking. And then they're like, oh, madam, what do you think? And then it's like, no, leave her alone. And then the man is like, no, let's not talk. And she says, oh, well, I think this. Getting home, slap.
That guy's not looking for respect. Yeah. That guy is looking for validation of his manhood.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Now, before we jump into that, what Arike is saying is there are some things that are no news. There are some things that once you spot them,
back out. That's what I'm saying. So in those situations, I told my friend, I said, you caused this thing. Before you guys got married, he has beaten you 3-4 times. What are you doing? I was in a relationship where we were just playing, and I just did, and the whole slap, it's play. My brother, I broke up, bro. If I hear till now, I did not go back to that relationship. Yes, it was a joke we were playing, but that slap was too hot for the play. Kilode, you want me? You're not telling me I have a slappable face. I don't like it. I don't like because we're playing. No, I don't want.
Imagine if somebody like Quincy with mechanic hands.
Mark was on my face for the longest time.
Personally, yeah, this is what I think.
Okay.
Like she said,
all right.
If you decide to stay in a relationship where you've seen signs, you wait. He hits you the first time from play, like he can't play with his acting. You wait.
Somebody cannot even play.
What?
I don't want that type of play. I don't want.
Someone's face.
And then he continues to hit you every other time, right? Like he said, trying to, what's it called?
Validates his manhood, yeah.
You know he has a problem already.
Exactly.
It's a major problem.
So at that point, when you keep taking it and you don't leave, it's your fault. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Because some people come after me now and say, oh, it's because you've not been. No, some people say, I'm staying because of my child. I'm staying because of this. But look at it. Me, I like my life. Oh. Sorry. I like my life. What if you beat me one day now and I go and die? You will now go and marry another woman. No, it will happen the first time.
Wow.
And the thing is, once it happens once, it happens over and over and over again. There's no going back.
Selfishness is coming in here because the truth is, let's not forget, we are isolating the society we live in. You cannot get up and walk out of a marriage.
You can't.
Wait, I'm coming. You guys should calm down.
If he beats you, you will stay.
Calm down. Nobody's saying, listen, let me make my point. Nobody's saying you want to stay. Nobody's saying you have to stay. What I'm saying is unfair to shame a victim that cannot get up and walk out.
I'm not shaming anybody.
You don't know what else, what other reasons. You said some people are saying, I'm staying because of my children.
You don't know their story.
The truth is, any man who immediately wants to make you submissive, you know the first thing he does? He takes away everything that makes you you. First and foremost,
your job and all those things.
Takes away your friends, your circle of friends. Then your source of income.
Those are the signs we are saying now.
Now I'm coming now. You have no income.
Nobody for you to talk to.
There's no way you can carry your kids and run to your friend's house and say, it's enough, and they will take you in because you've not kept in touch. You can't communicate with people again. Look, the trap has been well set
true.
Before the first slap.
I think I would have.
So it's unfair to say,
I'm not shaming them. That's why I encourage those that decided to leave. There's some people that are going through this and decided to leave.
I know somebody was abused, and she came to cry to her mother and the mother told her, do you know how many times your father beat me? If I left, will you have gone to university? Are you all right? Am I not here?
That is bad mother.
The society we live in. So I always say that's why I say we're forgetting third parties. We're isolating our environment. Our friends, family, they're usually the worst enemies in this situation. Because everybody say, we just did wedding, we spent 5 million, 2.5 on venue again. Sonny Ade played. 6 months, you want to leave, you are an ungrateful child. It will not be well with you. You want to kill me before my
But if at the end of the day you die in the process, what happens? Yes. What happens? That's why, see, I'm not shaming the victims. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not shaming the victims. What I'm saying is, That's why I'm glad most of the strong women that we know that are going through this decided to leave and speak out. That is why that's why there's the advocacy of, oh, once it happens, speak up. Speak up. There's the number you can call. There's the platform that's been.
Speak up.
The truth is.
Exactly. It's for both men. It's for male and female.
Because all men, almost all men, and let me not say all, but you know, almost all men in abusive relationships, because of these same societal constraints, cannot get out of it. It is even women that can get out of it. Men is worse, because even your own men will not pity you. So it's not easy to get up. It's a lose-lose situation.
They've created some initiatives where you can actually go to talk to them, chill. I know it's not that easy. I know now, it's easier said than done. That's why I said I don't like talking about domestic violence, because what goes around comes around.
I know some people can switch up on you, like you get into a marriage.
You're
married for 5 years. The 6th year, this person starts behaving in a very funny manner. So you just pack your load. After 5 years.
Did you hear the thing? Did you hear what I said? I said there are two segments. They're the ones that they just want to beat you for the sake of beating you. That is where we said, some men just need, but the one
switch up on you, they just suddenly turn into monsters.
my sister, if it doesn't happen again, fine. But if you now,
6th year, if it should continue happening,
you take your leave, sister. I know it's not easy for you to off and leave.
Exactly, like once in a year. Does you.
You can stay.
If you're going into a relationship or if you're getting married to this person, you should know when this person is watching football. He doesn't like to be disturbed. Why do you talk?
You guys, this is what I said from the beginning. I made this statement from the beginning and nobody was listening to me. I said there are some times when I feel like women are at fault. You know that if I do this thing to this guy is going to get angry. But you will still go ahead and do it. See, I will never, like I said, I will never, ever support domestic violence. I will never support any guy raising their hand. But there are some times when you know this thing is wrong. You know that if I do this thing to this guy, it's going to hurt his feelings. And then you go ahead and you still do it. How do you think that this...
See, let me say something. I'm not saying, Nnamdi,
you learn to control
no, you're not getting my point. Nnamdi, can I talk?
You stab me and say I should not bleed.
Are you going to let me talk?
Of course now. I'm controlling my anger.
I am not saying that I'm going to be selfish. Of course, for a relationship to work, I will know the things that you would like and the things you don't like. Even in the Bible, it is written, there is only one step between life and death. So, if I am not going to, because of the fact that I said I'm going to leave, please keep quiet. Casey, don't piss me off. Because of the fact that I said...
You're not giving him his respect.
Why are you speaking over each other? It doesn't make any sense. Let me land. Because we talked about this before. Let me land with my point. I have said it. Because you asked me a question, I'm responding to you. I said it that even the Bible states that there is only one step between life and death. I'm not saying I'm deliberately going to upset you. I'm not going to annoy you. I'm going to be as good as I can be. Do you understand? But there are some men that cannot just deal. You agreed to this thing. So if I'm in a marriage where my man has low self-esteem and all he needs to validate his existence as a man is hitting me, you are like telling me to stay? Are you chill? See, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Everybody's entitled. Nnamdi, everybody is entitled to their.
Let me ask you a question. You see,
everybody's entitled. Why you been saying that women on the show are not smart? It's not no.
This is commercial violence.
I don't like it. Covering my mouth. I don't like it.
Let me land.
Let me
land first.
So you think I should start off and leave the show? You
can't be interrupting somebody when the person's trying to land. I'm trying to make a point. You're not letting me land. Everybody's interrupting at the same time. You're not making me make my point. I don't like it.
One has. Wait. Point. Land.
Hurricane line.
Say what you want to say. I'm listening. Say what you want to say. Say what you want to say.
Look, we have spent.
You have never been abused. So don't freaking say shit.
I give you an example.
Don't freaking say shit. Don't freaking say shit to me.
Relax.
But
Sweetheart.
And I told you what I did.
Relax, sorry.
I drilled her freaking brother in front of her.
Well, if I decide to leave tomorrow, I leaving.
Relax.
Please, I need to get out of here.
Relax.
Tell me shit.
Calm down.
If I tell someone else out there to leave, I know I'm telling them to leave. I've been there before, man. Are you joking? Is not until the person dies.
Now, we've spent what did he do? My younger brother is a doctor in the Dominican Republic, and he categorically told me that 1 out of every 2 days you must see a girl. sorry, it's funny to me. You must see a girl chase a guy on the road with knife.
Hey.
Girls are usually the ones abusing guys. Majority.
Yes.
Now,
I agree.
He gave me this particular scenario. He says he's at the hospital, right? He's at the hospital. He's attending to a patient. They rushed the lady in. The guy came as well. The guy was bleeding. Now apparently, the guy had pissed the girl off, right? Probably by cheating or something, whatever the situation was. The girl stabs the guy 3 times continuously, and then he picks the, what they call it, in an act of defense, as far as I know, he picks the fire extinguisher, pulls it off the wall, and then like, leave me alone type of stuff. And then hits her, and then she dies. What happens in that situation? If you're to judge that case, what happens? Because now the girl, they shook her first. And I said that shook, that they shook everybody for that area.
There are many extreme cases. It can lead to death, you can be killed. But you see, the point we're missing is, I'm not saying people should stay. I don't like talking about problems. If we're going to talk about this, let's be proactive and tell me what you can do about it. Because the things that lead to people dying from domestic violence, it's never a serial killer guy with a black robe that has an axe in his cupboard. It's a banker with a tie that flipped one day. It's never something serious till it becomes serious. And that's my point. And then I mentioned third parties. It gets very extreme because we live in a society where, from the way we are raised, the people around us, the culture we are bred in, all these things like marriage, family, are very sacred. In fact, after God is marriage. So to even get up and go is wahala. It's not like that. So if you're going to be talking about upping and leaving so you don't get killed, we hear a lot about NGOs, initiatives. Please name one here that is so easily accessible, like 112 emergency number. Name something like that. What helplines are available? Do we even have them in government hospitals, for instance, that are in every local government?
Yes, we do.
You can come on the show.
You can come back and let's talk about it. Do we have them? Do you understand? And if we have them, who knows about them? Only those who have been victims of it and have spoken up. The everyday person, it's not something they can see like that. So we're not being practical about it. Let's be very level and let's be very sincere about this thing. 1, the victim is never to blame. 2, you cannot just get up and go. It's not. 3, in this our society, even if there are initiatives to help people, we are not a culture that depends on institutional help. We're a culture that depends on family and friends and church. And none of these people address it the right way. And that's just the honest truth.
If we are talking about going into a relationship first before marriage now, if you have seen the signs, I think you should leave.
And if you've not?
It is easier to leave a relationship than leave a marriage.
And if you've not?
Now, if it's, that's my opinion. If you've not, I don't know, look, just do something. You can't.
No, but you can't say that now. You don't tell us. If you've not seen it, what do you do?
Okay, if you've not seen the signs of
Yes.
you should probably go on with it. If you've not seen any signs, no,
Go with it till you die. Is that what you're
no,
saying?
no, you've not seen any signs, so there should be no reason for you to.
But
Think
that
of
brings us back
domestic
to our
violence,
point.
it has not been-
After 5 years of marriage, you see the first sign.
Someone
Getting
switches
somewhere.
up
Now,
and
if you're not thinking of marriage, I think we should all, since we're in this society where marriage is sacred, we all, like you said, after God it is marriage. Now, why don't we all do things the right way? When you want to get married, do we just get married for getting married sake? If I'm in a relationship with you and then I see signs of you, probably you're going to hit me. I've been in a relationship like that before. And this guy was really, I don't know, he wasn't violent to me, but to someone else. That was it. Like I'm like, I don't think I can deal with this. Now, that's in a relation. That is what I would do. If I see any signs of a guy trying to hit me in a relationship, I will leave. It is not easy, but eventually I will do it. Now, if I'm not talking about marriage, if I want to get married, I cannot get married to somebody I've not prayed about. I'm a Christian. I'm not trying to be religious here, but it's just what I believe in.
You are a Christian. You prayed about this man. You are 200% sure this is the man for you. You get into a marital situation. After 10 years, this guy that is not God, who is human too, misbehaves. What do you do?
No, the question,
that's my question.
The question I meant to ask Ashola is that do you mean that all the marriages that they happen today, those people didn't pray. Those people didn't pray for their partners.
Okay, now I'll give you.
That's what you're saying.
Hold on. I'll give you a practical example. Hold on. My parents are Christians, and my dad has hit my mom before.
Okay.
She did not leave the marriage, but here is what she did. First of all,
I'm putting your daddy on blast.
I'm not putting him on blast. They worked out the marriage, yeah, and they are together. Nothing happened.
I love your daddy and your mommy.
Sorry, can I ask a question?
Wait, no.
I have only one question. Please, very quick question. And this is what I keep saying that we're not being practical. You said you can't just marry a girl. It's easy to say when you're 23, 24. I have all sisters. Do you know what a girl over 27 goes through if she's not married? Particularly from your mother, your auntie, your friends,
I know the pressure,
your colleagues.
yes.
Do you know what these girls go through in our society? Do you know the pressure of a woman to marry? A lot of women are in marriages not because they picked the wrong man, but because most girls have to marry Mr. Right now as against Mr. Right. Because
now,
if you miss that man, no, it's not personal.
It is.
It's
You
the society
choose to.
we
You choose
live
to
in.
go. You choose to. You
Let's
can decide
not
not to
do
wait
as if
for
we
like.
live in
Okay,
guys,
guys, easy.
That is your problem.
Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down.
Personally,
Demola has
for me,
something
I'm
to
not
say.
saying.
Demola has something to say. Let's bring it down. Let's
So
bring it
now
down.
ask the question already, but let me bring two instances.
No.
Let me put my daddy on spot again. See, my dad used to batter my mom, and then he lasted for a very long time, and then mom moved out of the house. Somehow they managed to come back again, and then he was still doing the same thing. And then it was we, the kids. I said, hey, mom, you need to leave this man alone.
No, that was
Like, you need to walk out of this marriage, that this is not leading anywhere. This man will kill you. I was in a relationship from March to April.
This year.
So
This year.
Hold on, March to April.
This year.
I prayed about it. I saw everything coming. For the first time, I'll pray about the relationship, and then it will be a go ahead. And then, so I won't blame Arike for working out. Sometimes, if you are in the film, if you are in the shoes, the moment you see a sign, you run away. You run out of your life. And then, she was abusing me verbally, and you get emotional, honestly.
Hey, oh, Demola is going to say.
And I'm like, Christian girl, and you get sometimes, even pastors batter their wives. Christian girl.
He prayed about it, though.
The moment I saw it coming, I zoomed up.
I think the truth is, and I don't want to talk about looking forward. I think the problem we have, the real issue of domestic violence, is never the people involved, it's the people around them. See what he said, the kids came through. If your friends, your family, and the institution that you are very strongly involved with, be it your job, be it your church, be it your school, if those institutions are not supporting you properly, trust me, that's where the real problem is. Because if you are in an environment where it's all about appearances, that's why many people come to church on Sunday after the man has battered out on Friday and slept with his mistress on Saturday. They come together on church on Sunday for keeping up appearances. It's the people around them. That's the real problem. That's the real cause and what fans it.
You can walk away, right? But I don't know, man. I think we should just. There's that part of your gut that always tells you when to, and we choose to ignore. However it is, whoever you are, you know that there's that thing that always says it. You might want to start finding excuses whatsoever for it, but there's that part. When he says it, just do what he says.
Well, it's never the fault of the victim. Never, ever. I don't ever support domestic violence. But what I'll say is save yourself before you save the world.
Demola, last word.
If you want to stay, stay. But if you don't want to, the moment you see a sign, just run. The Yorubas will say, okay, turn around when you come out.
Sorry, I'm no need to translate.
Save yourself.
You don't finish for mad person body.
It will see this madness go see, the craze go
How
see.
you
The
get?
ingredients will still remain.
Small, but still small.
It's never going to be the fault of the victim. But what I do tell people that I know is that try as much as possible not to get somebody angry to the level with which the person would react. Not because I support whatever, you know, the inflictor of the violence might do, but because of your own sanity.
In my opinion, I think it goes both ways. But all in all, if you ever find yourself in similar situations, if it's not too late, please walk away.
Save yourself.
Save yourself the stress. And if you are already in this mix,
Save yourself.
For either of both parties, please learn to control each other and make sure, or control yourself, more like, don't, as a guy or as a babe, don't try and
keep quiet.
Have that
That's
control. Pray to God to give you that. How will you say? Badura cannot for any senior, or whatever they call it. Just be patient. And so, if you are interested in joining this conversation, like it's also lit. Like we saw somebody walk out on the show. If you feel you have a message for this particular topic, please feel free to drop a comment down under the button on this our YouTube channel, I think, and let us know what you think. Thank you for keeping up with us. You can follow me on Instagram, follow BPdialogue.